So in the last video, we discussed about introduction to transmission line, and in that video, we discussed why do we need different types of cables when we have different types of frequencies. So as we discussed that when the frequency changes, automatically the properties or the characteristics of that particular frequency that varies. So we want to have different types of medium for different types of frequencies. And from there, we'll extend our discussion into electromagnetic spectrum. First of all, let us discuss what is spectrum. So general meaning of spectrum is broad range of similar things or qualities. Here, electromagnetic spectrum is range of electromagnetic radiation, which means different frequencies produce different radiation. So that is why it is called similar things or similar quality. Here, similar thing or similar quality, that is nothing but electromagnetic radiation. And we are going to discuss different ranges of electromagnetic radiation in electromagnetic spectrum. Now here you see that this is an electromagnetic spectrum, and the spectrum that goes from radio waves to gamma rays. And you can notice one thing, when the waveform, the structure of the waveform or the physical look of the waveform, that shows that from the radio waves to gamma rays, when we move along the frequency scale, then the frequency is keep on increasing towards gamma rays. And in the same way, if we move on wavelength scale, then it would goes on decreasing towards the gamma rays. So frequency means from radio wave to gamma wave, it keep on increasing, but wavelength that goes decreasing from radio waves to gamma rays. So there should be some relation between frequency and wavelength when we discuss about the electromagnetic spectrum. In the previous lecture itself, we discussed radio waves and X-ray comparison, where X-rays can penetrate deeper into the human body compared to the radio waves because of the frequency variation. So radio waves frequency is lesser compared to the X-ray frequency. And the other important word which I would like to mention here is when the frequency increases, the energy associated with that particular waveform is also increases. So when we put X-ray into cell phone applications instead of radio waves, we already discussed that is really dangerous to the human, plants and animals because it has high energy, high radiation. So getting exposure into the X-rays too much compared to the radio waves, it always hazardous to the living animals and organisms. So we cannot put X-rays into here and radio waves into here. So depends on the frequency, the energy and wavelength also difference. So in that case, medium that should carry the different frequencies must be different, right? So that is what we discussed in the previous lectures. And here we discussed three important words. One is wavelength, frequency and energy. Let us discuss these three words a little deeper. And before that, you can see this is the approximate structure of this particular waveform. What it means is, let us take radio waves. So this wave has lower frequency. So the length of the frequency comparably to the football field, which means the size of the radio wave, that is the nearly approximately or equal to football field. And the same way, if it goes on increasing the frequency, then automatically the size of all these things compared to the frequencies. So when you take gamma rays, that is almost equal to the atomic nuclear size. And if you take X-ray, that is almost equal to the atom size. So frequencies keep on increasing. So the size of the or the length of the particular waveform is keep on decreasing. Where we discuss here is football field length, and here we have a atomic length. What it shows that when the frequency increases, automatically the length of the waveform is decreasing. So we can compare wavelength and frequency. Okay. So the other important point which I would like to mention here is the temperature body emitting the wavelength. You can take from the radio wave to gamma rays, the temperature that keep on increasing. Let us suppose here microwave, they have 1 K, right, and that goes on 10 million K, which means the temperature increment in different waveform is also different, right? So different waveforms, they have different properties or characteristics, so we must use different medium to carry all these signals. So one medium is not suitable for all. And so this is another important slide that shows the range of radio waves. The range of radio waves is 300 kilohertz to 3 gigahertz. The waves which falls between these range, we can call that as a radio waves. And from 300 gigahertz to around 3 into 10 to the power 15 hertz, this is called microwave. And UV rays starts from approximately 3 into 10 to the power 15 to 3 into 10 to the power 17. And X-ray starts from here to here. And finally gamma ray starts from 3 into 10 to the power 19 to 3 into 10 to the power 21. And you can note one thing, that it starts with 300 kilohertz, ends with 3 into 10 to the power 21 hertz. Then what about beyond this or below this? So according to me, what about the waveform? Actually, in the spectrum, scientists have given name from radio wave to gamma rays. But to me, personally, what I believe that whatever the signal whose frequency is above 0 hertz, all the signals are called electromagnetic waves. And similarly, beyond this is also called EM waves. So simply, signal which has greater than 0 hertz is also called electromagnetic waves. But the thing is, why they have classified only between radio waves to gamma rays is, so from the radio waves, we have a reasonable amount of radiation around a particular antenna or anything, right? From 0 hertz to or minimum or below the radio waves, we have a lesser radiation that may not be useful for these type of applications. So scientists have classified the useful spectrum, which is starting from radio waves to gamma rays, and they can use in the applications of various field. Okay, so this is all about the electromagnetic spectrum. So as I said, we will discuss frequency and wavelength and energy. Right. First, let us assume what is frequency. And we know frequency is a number of cycles per unit time or per second. Cycle means we know one positive and one negative cycle. This is nothing but time period, right? So for example, let us assume this is 1 second. Then how many cycles, positive and negative, that comes in 1 second? Let us suppose one positive, negative 1, and this is 2, and this is 3. So this is called 3 hertz. And you can compare this with the other signal. This is also happening at 1 second. Now see, number of cycles here and number of cycles here. So compared to the first waveform, number of cycles present in the second waveform is higher. So this is 3 hertz, and this probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to 11 hertz approximately, right? So comparable these two, then what will happen? We can conclude that this is a high frequency waveform and this is a low frequency waveform. Okay, so number of cycles high means it is high frequency, number of cycles low means it is low frequency. This is all about frequency. Then what is wavelength? This is another important word which we often use in electromagnetics and transmission line. So wavelength is simply, I put like this, length of any waveform. So length of the waveform, it is simply called wavelength, and this is usually denoted in terms of meter or kilometer. Let us assume this is a wave, right? So let us assume 0 to 2 pi, and this length, if it is 5 meter, okay, then this 5 meter is nothing but lambda, that is nothing but wavelength. So what I mean is, length of the waveform from 0 to 2 pi, that length is called wavelength. So we can break this word and put length of any waveform is called wavelength lambda. Okay, and when we talk about length is nothing but it is 0 to 2 pi. And this 0 to 2 pi variation, that does not necessarily start with 0 and end with 2 pi. It may start here and end here also. because this length is also 2 pi, so we can put this is also lambda. And you can similarly have this length is also 2 pi variation, so this also can be considered as a lambda. Okay, so from this 2 pi variation we can define a wavelength in another term, that is nothing but phase change of 2 pi is called wavelength. So now we understood what is lambda and we understood what is frequency. Now what is the relation between these two, and why do we say that when the frequency increases lambda decreases and vice versa? So according to the frequency definition, this is low frequency and this is high frequency. Now according to wavelength, the length of the waveform, you see here length of 2 pi is higher compared to the length of this one. It means when we have higher frequency, then the length of 2 pi variation is smaller for high frequency. Okay, and for the low frequency signal, 2 pi variation is larger compared to the high frequency. So if it is low frequency, then wavelength lambda is equal to high. So just by looking this structure of low frequency, high frequency, and with the help of a wavelength definition, one can conclude that low frequency signal have higher lambda, which means length of the waveform is higher, and high frequency signal they have smaller lambda, it means the length of the waveform is smaller. So that is what we saw in radio waves. 2 gamma waves, we saw that so from radio waves to gamma rays, the waveform goes on decreasing. It means that frequency is increasing. As the frequency increases, automatically wavelength is decreasing. So that is why gamma rays are called shorter waveform or shorter length wave, and radio waves are called longer waveform. And if you come down to here, frequency term, so frequency is lower and gamma rays frequency is higher. So this is the fundamental difference between or comparison between frequency and lambda. Next, energy. So energy of any waveform, that is nothing but energy carried by single photons. Okay, so energy carried by single photon, if it is higher frequencies, the number of cycles are high. When the number of cycles are high, automatically number of photons will be high. So automatically what will happen? Energy is also higher. So when the energy is high, the radiation pattern or the radiation will also be very higher. And in physics, we can put something like this: E is equal to H into F. Energy is equal to H is nothing but Planck constant, and F is nothing but frequency. As the frequency increases, automatically what will happen? E, energy is increasing. So let me put something like this: for low frequency, lambda is high and energy is low. The same way, for high frequency, lambda is smaller and energy is high. Okay, and from this we can write F is inversely proportional to 1 by lambda, and F is directly proportional to energy. Okay, or we can put something like this. So this is the fundamental relationship between frequency, lambda and energy. And for this, a propagation constant may be speed of the waveform is lighting speed, so we can put C by lambda. Okay, so lambda is equal to C by F. Lambda and frequency, and we usually know that lambda is always mentioned in centimeter, meter, kilometer. So for larger length, for low frequency signal, it can take even kilometer also. One cycle, 1 2 pi variation may be a kilometer also for the lower frequency signals. Okay, we'll discuss transmission lines in the upcoming lectures. Thank you.